Hatem, how are you?
Good.
Hi, my name's Angela. I work for Laura Loomer. I just wanted to ask you a few questions about your investigation under the FBI for your links to Hamas and PFLP.
Really? You know what's interesting?
Yeah.
Is that you're absolutely clueless.
I'm not clueless.
There were no links.
Political
to
wrote
anybody.
about it. Canary Mission wrote about
Really?
it. Yeah. And
How
then
long
you
ago
were
was
invited.
that?
2011. So I was wondering why you're still on the street.
Do you know anything about?
Yeah, they looked into your bank accounts and they froze them. Absolutely, I know all about it. Yeah, I've been reporting on you for years.
Tell me why.
Because you're a terrorist.
Since you're so brilliant.
Because you're a terrorist.
And you're a racist piece of shit.
I'm a racist piece of shit.
A white, Zionist, racist piece of shit. And you better not step up, motherfucker. I'm telling you right now. So take...
Well, yes, here we are, folks. So it's no surprise that many of the people who are on the FBI watch list for terrorism are showing up at the pro-Palestinian protests. Now, they're on FBI watch lists, and why are they not doing anything about it? Why are they not going forward? Because right now, that's not the narrative. Don't go and get those people. Allow them to cause chaos. Allow them to cause violence. Allow them to commit crimes for however long, I guess, the feds deem it necessary to cause enough anarcho-tyranny. And then maybe after some devastating thing happens, like a mass shooting or fire bombings or stuff like that, then we'll go and try to get the guy. Okay? And so it's bizarre. It's so bizarre to see this. Exactly. So extremist previously on the watch list, FBI watch list for his links to Hamas, found amongst the student protesters at Northwestern University. Hatem Abudaya called reporter Angela 90, a racist white Zionist pig when he was confronted. Well, okay. And no shocker there. But this is where, a lot of people also coming across the border. We know there's people, they're not from South America. There's people coming from the Middle East right now, intentionally flown over and entering through the border. They're illegal, and their job is to set up terrorist cells. And so you can imagine that many of them are at the pro-Palestinian protests right now. Some of these terrorist cells, and these terrorists are showing up there. Shocker, huh? To have open borders and have this happen. Well, when people like Qatar and Saudi Arabia are the biggest funders of the Ivy League schools in America right now, there's no surprise that Qatar is sending $5 billion a year to American universities, and that's the headquarters of Hamas. So no shocker there, huh? So anyway, let's take a look at this. So having Kyle Rittenhouse speak at a university was a national crisis, but a guy on the terror watch list spewing radical rhetoric is allowed to roam around campus and make some new friends? Hatem Abudaya is the intellectual capacity of a spatula. Yeah, he's a smooth brain. And the intellectual acumen of a withered turnip. Well, I figured that's the thing. If you are a terrorist and you emphasize and encourage absolute outright violence, you have the intellectual capacity of a spatula and you have a smooth brain. Because you're not intelligent enough to go, you know what? There's a better way to do this. There's a better way to do this. We could discuss this. There are better routes to take. But because I am not creative and I have no self-discipline, I'm going to go ahead and just terrorize people. Let's see how that works out. So the Marxist network in the U.S. is impressive. Mobilization, coordination, support at a high level. It is not clear what security services are doing. They're allowing this to happen because it's an election year. We're supposed to allow this. It's supposed to have a George Floyd 2.0, so pro-Palestinian riots. And they all happen on the same day, blocking off the Brooklyn Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, all on the same day. This is not organic, folks. This does not stem from a couple of grungy students smoking weed going, yeah, we should protest, dude. No, that's not where that's coming from. This is coming directly from people like Hamas who are funding this right now. And make no mistake, George Soros probably has his finger in this too. The OpenSociety.org, you betcha. So, yeah, and this is a good catch too. Hey, I've got a silly question. Hatem looks like he's 55 to 65 years old. Why are adults and this is the part where this is not organic. Why are adults from radical Islamic organizations like the Brotherhood, DSP, on campus running supposedly student-led protests? It's almost as though these are not student protests at all. They are not, folks. They are not. That's why adults are showing up to these campuses to organize these kids. They've got these wild animals, these useful idiots, a lot of white liberal chicks out there too doing this. And they're just out of control. They're just involved in protests because they barely know what's going on. But then they have these people like this guy, Hatem, whatever his name is, Abudaya, and coming on campus, and they are there to organize these students, okay, and direct this. So they are involved in terrorist activities. This is part of it. Another professor or Ivy League student, someone tell this clown his face nappy is not doing much around his neck. That's funny. We will never have peace with individuals so full of hatred and driven by evil. Time we recognize the fact and or adjust our immigration policies. But yes, this is true. But remember, this is desired by the deep state right now. This is desired. The anarchy is desired. Hatem Abudaya is the intellectual capacity of a spatula. We saw that. A withered turnip. Got that. All of this seems so familiar. The storyline, the actors, the actual participants, the agenda. And I am sure this would be the same set sponsoring these too. We have seen it multiple times recently in India. It just seems to be a copy-paste. Yes, Hamas is behind this. Qatar is behind this. Saudi Arabia. The four biggest funders of the Ivy Leagues in the United States. What is it? Qatar, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and I think it's Oman or somebody like that. They are on every campus instigating this crap. They are there to recruit, and we are allowing it. Well, yes, you're supposed to. The feds told them, hey, don't be. Let them recruit. Let them do plenty of recruiting. Okay, because we want to use these people to scare the citizens of the United States, the people who obey the rule of law, the people who have been paying us their taxes for decades. We want them to be scared because these are the people we want to purge, okay? He seems nice. They know exactly who they were letting into the country to cause chaos. Kick him out. Okay, so, let's see. Something in Spanish. Sorry about that, folks. I don't really read Spanish. Sorry to all the Spanish guys out there, Hispanics. Go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What are the main culprits in the local Islamic community there? ISM Milwaukee is blood related to Hamas leader in Gaza, Fatih Hamad, who is also part of the Islamic Jihad, the Muslim Brotherhood, and the PFLP, a Marxist group. Oh, Marxists and Islamicists are getting together, huh? They both have a couple of goals in common, don't they? Yeah, abolish Christianity, okay? Abolish freedom of speech, introduce like a totalitarian, like a Sharia law, and a totalitarian regime, which is exterminate all our enemies through a violent revolution. The Muslim Brotherhood, blah, blah, blah. The FBI and CIA know this, by the way. I personally know that they have done nothing for 13 years. Well, yeah, why aren't they out there enforcing the law? And they know we've got the laws on the books, but if you don't enforce it, it's got no teeth at all. He said that in self-defense because she first, unprovoked, insulted him, called him a terrorist. She insulted everybody else, calling the event Hamas encampment. And somebody said, why is a middle-aged man that has been investigated for links to terrorism by the FBI at a college-age kids protest on a college campus? Fair question by a journalist. I'd say, yeah, push back on this thing. I'm like, unprovoked? What do you mean unprovoked? If she wants to ask him, she can ask him. It's public space. And she called him a terrorist because he is a terrorist. And I love when lefties like this Stop Genocide person, Mohammed Borogoff, okay, there you go right there. They're stepping in to play defense for this loser. They're like, but she insulted him, calling him a terrorist. And I'm getting to the point where I'm like, yeah, but an apple's an apple, man. If you are, you are. If you're on the FBI watch list and they said you were a terrorist that we're watching, well, she was right. And here's a pushback to that comment. think that if you were investigated by the FBI for links to Hamas, you would be considered a terrorist. That's not difficult to comprehend. Let's see. The translation equals, you caught me, so I'm going to scream at you like a toddler. Yeah. So you'll see more of this. Forget about studying at the universities in the United States. Now you see the face of the one who's organizing all these protests, an actual terrorist in plain sight. So you'll see these people, and I just want to say, I think this girl's doing a good job. I really do. I think we should start calling these people out. And obviously he has a problem with it, but his ranting and raving obviously is a confession, right? At this point. So he is. Why are you on campus, dude? So anyway, let me know what you think, folks. I just thought this was an interesting little moment here where an actual terrorist got called out. So yeah, leave a like on the video if you like it. Please leave any comments below, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you later. Bye.